Greyhound fans were joined by head wrestling coach, Coach Jason Warthan. How are you today, Coach?
Very good.
Good. Talk a little bit about what it takes to have a successful offseason in wrestling, just kind of weight management and conditioning and whatnot.
Sure. And the guys from last year kind of know what weight they want to go, and we've talked about that going into the summer. So this summer was a little different for us. A lot of times the freshmen, sophomore kids like to go home for the summer and train or get jobs, that type of stuff. This summer we had camps that went every Tuesday and Thursday all summer. So we had a large majority of the team that stayed here, got jobs in Indianapolis and worked out, hosted camps. So that was nice. I got to see them all summer. They helped me out, kept their weight down, that type of stuff. And we don't necessarily say you need to be within this amount of weight. They have to be responsible and they know what they're going, and it's a little irresponsible if they get too overweight.
You talked a little bit about weight management, but what are some other expectations you've set for your guys during the off season?
Sure. Now, you know, it's expected that they're rolling around, they're lifting, they're staying in decent shape. A lot of times the freshmen are nervous, the incoming freshmen are nervous. What do they need to do in between season from their senior year to freshman year to prepare for a college wrestling season? We just say come in hungry. You know, there is some expectation that they roll around and that they're not completely rusty when they come in, but as long as they come in, they're motivated to work hard. And a lot of times if those freshmen will get too involved over the summer, they're doing a lot of maybe things that they hadn't done previously, that their college wrestling season is so much of a grind, it's hard to prepare for. So if they are really grinding over the summer and then they come in and go into a college wrestling season, a lot of times that's a lot. So I don't focus so much on competing over the summer as much as make sure that they're not completely rusty when they come in and they're not, 15, 20 pounds overweight.
UIndy obviously has a very rich culture and history as far as wrestling goes. How do you think these guys kind of live up to that, and how do you think they're living up to that?
Sure. And we have some of that history with, I wrestled here, Mitch Napier, one of my assistants, he wrestled here, and we were both All-Americans. A lot of the former wrestlers live around here. They'll come in and stop by. We had an alumni, Danny Struck, who is very involved with USA Wrestling and coaches at Jeffersonville High School. He come up and talk to the guys and talk about staying motivated and doing the right things, and that's always nice. You see that history. We have alumni that coach in Indianapolis. We have alumni all over the state of Indiana and in the Midwest coaching high school teams. So it's nice. We have several kids on the team that their coaches were alumni. And I just sent out a tweet with someone had a Puglisi trained shirt on and somebody else had a Chad Red trained shirt on, and those are alumni that coach here. Puglisi was a coach of mine here, so it's nice. It's like you see alumni in a way giving back, and they come in and you see them. So, and the guys see that, and so they see that history you talk about. Of course, we have names on the walls that it's nice to see what former people have done. A lot of the same, the Midwest Classic we've been hosting for 35 years. So alumni can kind of connect as far as that's something that they did that we're still currently doing. Little State Tournament, that's something that has a rich history, we're still competing at. So it's nice to somewhat compare apples to apples with that.
You guys just started your first official practice. Talk a little bit about that and how that went and what you're looking forward to.
Sure. We're allowed to practice 8 hours a week during the outside of season portion. So we hit it pretty hard once school started with conditioning and weights. We get 2 hours on the mats, kind of introduce some things they're going to see as far as wrestling goes to try to so they don't get so frustrated once the season comes. Some college wrestling type of techniques that they wouldn't have seen in high school. So once we started practice, we're in here mostly in the wrestling room. We're still doing some weights, backed off the running conditioning part of things, but it really hasn't, because we did so much in the outside of season, the regular season, it hasn't been that much of an adjustment. So we just in here 2 hours instead of someplace else for an hour and back in here for an hour, so hadn't been too bad.
Well, the Greyhounds open their season November 9th at the Michigan State Open.